You're now tuned into the fourth season of Atypical Voices in Our Time, the official podcast of Chemistry Productions, a media education company. Let's get it started.
That's AVIOT.
What's going on, everyone? It's the AVIOT podcast. I'm your gracious co-host, Jay Stokes, joined by Jay Random. Jay Random's not feeling too well today.
Oh, no.
Sorry, gotta call you out.
That's all good, man. You know, just probably like how a lot of other people feel. 4 days in, and it feel like it's been 4 years.
That's correct.
I mean, I never seen anything happen so rapid with the new administration and how he's coming in and just, I don't know,
Wrecking everything.
Yeah, breaking everything. It's a waste of time, right? I feel, because there's a lot of other things we should be worrying about. We should be worrying about prices, right? Food prices, making sure we don't fall into another recession, make sure that, inflation stays at a low, make sure the market stays at a point that people still believe in the market so we can continue to invest in the market. And those other things, stay out of wars.
Yes.
And I don't feel that way.
I'm looking right now at Trump's executive orders and all the changes that he's trying to impose. There's a lot.
It's a lot.
How many days has he been in office for?
4.
4 days?
4, right? Today's Thursday. Yeah, 4.
4 days. This dude has done everything.
Yeah.
Freeze
he did everything
federal.
Probably 2025 said he's going to do.
Freezing federal hiring. He's trying to give executive branch departments and agencies 60 days to eliminate diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, including all chief diversity officer jobs, repeal several Biden-era directives on racial and ethnic equity and LGBTQ rights, streamline other fossil fuel extraction in Alaska with a command to rescind, revoke, revise, amend, defer, or grant exemptions for any and all regulatory actions relevant in the state. Yo, it's a lot. I'm looking at right now the Associated Press. My thing is for him to have this much power to do this as soon as he stepped in, it really makes me look at the Democratic Party with a side eye. Because, well, maybe because he has the Senate and the House, but still, I don't get it. I truly don't get it. And a lot of people
I don't get it either. But I think also when you're just an evil guy, then you come in focusing on the wrong things, you can do a lot of bad things. If you're focusing on the wrong things. Like, think about it. So he dismantled the civil rights department in the government. He just pardoned the 2 cops that were accused of tampering with evidence. They killed, I forgot this case, but I just know he's just pardoned a lot of people, a lot of wrong.
The insurrection people?
Yeah, insurrection. Yeah. No, that, cops. I wouldn't be surprised if he pardons, what's the guy named? Chauvin? I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, Derek Chauvin?
I would not be surprised if he pardoned Derek Chauvin.
I'm trying to see. He pardoned some cops that were that killed a black individual, right?
Yes.
That's terrible.
Yeah. So it's just like today's day 4.
Yeah, in Washington, pardons 2 police officers convicted with the murder of a black man in Washington, and the black man's name was Karen Hilton Brown.
Yeah.
In September 2024.
Yep.
I mean, listen, here's my thing. And I was saying it today. I was telling my wife today. At the end of the day, we have to look at the exit polls. And I know she believes that a lot of the voting was fabricated and there was some cheating involved, which I agree with. But the fact of the matter is this: we've seen with every Trump election that a lot of white people are voting for him. And so chances are when you're coming across a white individual, chances are more likely than not, you're coming across people that voted for Trump, right? When you look at other groups, when you look at Hispanics, chances are you might be coming across people that voted for Trump.
Mhm.
Black people, not so much, right?
Nope.
I'm just saying, we got to call a spade and realize that most people in this country don't care about the rights of or the liberties of people who are marginalized. They don't care. And it's like we always try to play kumbaya all the time. Oh no, but this person is a cool one. No, at this point, that's not enough. If you're really a cool one, I need to see you using your privilege, using your elevated social status because of your skin color to do the right thing. And what is the right thing? To call out injustice, to protest these big businesses, to put your money into marginalized businesses that are impacted by Trump and the alt-right, the right-wing, conservatives, Republicans, whatever. The fact of the matter is, it's not enough just to be a cool white person
No.
or a cool Hispanic person. At the end of the day, it's on y'all to protect the marginalized people. And for us marginalized people, I'm talking to my Black folks specifically, it's on us to really gatekeep, man. We got to gatekeep like anything that we're doing. Don't be spreading it with other people. Nobody's invited to the cookout. Ain't nobody been allowed to cookout since Trump's last term. They shouldn't have been allowed to cookout anyway.
Nope.
Because when they come to the cookout, they use us for things, Post Malone, Miley Cyrus, and then they go make a whole bunch of money and then leave. Jack Harlow. Then they go and they leave, talk a whole bunch of junk about us, and they make their money elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we got to stop. I've seen online, I'm trying to get my words together. I did not rehearse this, so you're hearing my raw, unfiltered thoughts, and I may go back and check myself later. Who knows? However, I look online, I see a lot of Black women saying good morning to the 92% and the 92% only. I see Black guys saying, I'm here to represent the 78%, the 78% only. It ain't enough to just do that. You also got to be like, yo, we only doing for self. We're only helping out with Black folk. We're trying to make sure that our communities are together. We're trying to make sure that our dating lives with each other intra-racially are together. We got to make sure that our children are protected. Homeschool them if you have an opportunity. We got to make sure that we stop the corruption in the Black church because that's going to be important for us as well.
Oh, that right there is a big problem right there. I'm glad you hit on that. That pastor who did the inauguration should be ashamed of himself, and he's nothing but a slickster. Believe me, God does not talk to this man. If you go to his church, you want to see how much that man love you, don't tithe for 2 weeks. You'll see how much that man love you. You'll see how much God talk about you, aka him, talk about you, call you everything but the son of God. So at the end of the day, you're right. That's one of the biggest problems, right? We have a lot of religious people who get lost in religion because their pastor said, but their pastor could be bought. And that's the problem.
That's
and
correct.
When their pastor get bought, he's not going to experience as bad as you're going to experience, because he's still going to experience because he's Black, right? But he's not going to experience it as bad as you are. Like everybody that was on that stage, everybody that made a deal with the president, believe me, they got something in return. So when Nelly's talking about we don't get paid, whatever, you got something in return. I'm tired of people acting like they're doing stuff for free. Why would you be doing this? Is not the Super Bowl. You getting something in return. So people are like, oh my God, you don't get paid to do the Super Bowl. You're getting something in return.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the biggest stages. And just like the inauguration, minus this year when 10 million people did not watch it. You heard that, right? Saw the ratings? For what? For the inauguration?
No, I didn't see it.
10 million less people watched it this year than when Joe Biden won. And it was less than when Trump won in 2016.
Oh, well.
So I think people are just over it. But one thing I must say, what we can't do is say, oh, man, I'm just going to keep my head down for 4 years. Because if we keep our head down and don't pay attention to what's going on, then it could be forever, right? Because all they got to do is keep on winning. And how they going to keep on winning? Fixing the game.
Here's my thing, and I do want to touch on the Nelly point, but I want to circle back real quick to the preachers. the reason why I point out the Black church specifically is historically that has been a safe haven for Black individuals. And that's been a place where you can actually strategize and come together with different solutions on how to deal with problems. We can go back to the civil rights movement. Black churches played a huge role there. So that's why I'm saying Black people come up with some plans. Understand that a pandemic could be coming, especially since Trump wanted to have the communication from these health departments shut down for a little bit of time. He's doing some funky stuff with the NIH, with the CDC. He doesn't want any announcements coming out of them for a period of time because they want to vet the announcements. And my thing is, we could have another pandemic coming. If you're listening to the AVIOT podcast on a streaming service, make sure to leave a rating and a review so we can grow our platform.
Also, do you see what's going on in China?
What, the bird flu?
The bird flu, and you see how the hospitals are overrun by sick people?
Yeah, see, that's coming our way.
And the sad part is, you would think, and this is what I'm talking about, and you would think that after the debacle that he caused with COVID, he would do better. And it's like, this is day 4, and you're not even doing better. You're basically picking up where you left off at. You didn't get us 4 years ago. You're getting us now. So it's kind of like you had 8 years to sit back and just like, okay, I know what I'm going to do. Well, 4 years to be exact. We have 4 years to sit back and just like, okay, when I get back in there, it's on. So I don't know, man. It's just, and then I'm hearing that, was it Pete Hexon?
I don't know who that is.
That's the guy who's he's up for the attorney, no, not the attorney general. What is he for? I'll find it right now because I got a blurb saying that he Pete
Hegseth, you mean?
Hegseth, sorry.
Hegseth. Okay, yes. Yeah. His nomination to lead the Pentagon?
Yes.
Okay. So he wants to be the defense secretary.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, and
I don't know anything about him.
Well, he used to work on Fox on the weekends.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he was a Fox commentator on Fox. Yeah, Fox of all shows. And he has a strong view with women. He doesn't believe that women should be in the Army. I mean, there's a list of stuff that he doesn't believe in. And how can you run the Army if you believe in all these negative views? If you have these negative views, how can you run the Army? Because sorry for the women, right?
Well, listen,
that's now going to be in the Army.
There's a lot of women that voted for Trump too. Remember that. A lot of white women, a lot of Latino women. Black women did their job.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that at the end of the day, Black folk, seriously, keep your head down, study what's going on, prepare for a pandemic. If you come across law enforcement, try to act as coonish as possible.
Yeah.
Seriously, yes, sir. Home. No, sir. Exactly. The goal is to get home. And even then it might not work, but just try. You know, we're going to count on our grandmother's prayers.
Truth.
Yeah, we do say that a lot. And I only can focus on Black folks, seriously, because what I'm noticing, and I've had this talk with my in-laws, is that Black people, we spread ourselves so thin trying to stand up for other causes because we're, as a whole, as a collective, we tend to try to do the right thing or try to look out for other people. We're very open arms, welcoming. And because of that, in my opinion, I feel it takes away from ourselves a lot. Right. And so we're trying to support mass deportation. Like, we're against it. We're trying to support those who are threatened with mass deportation. We're trying to support the kids at the border. We're trying to support LGBTQI plus rights. We're trying to support Stop Asian Hate. We're trying to support all these things. And as a result of that, we don't support each other. No. It's easy to say Black and brown, Stop Asian Hate, trans lives matter, all that stuff. But then we don't have enough energy for our own causes. In fact, we be beefing with each other most of the time. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying. We need to focus in-house. This is not hate speech. This is saying we need to look out for, you have families out there. Are you going to put somebody else's family before your own? Mm-hmm. If you do, then, hey, that's your prerogative. I'm not putting anybody's family before my own. Black folks, that's my family. So I'm going to put the interests of my family first. If I have capacity to help other people, cool. But I have to put the interests of my family first. Because at the end of the day, not having these DEI hirings, even though white women benefit the most from DEI hirings, I'm just saying. But if we're really trying not to have diversity in the workplace. When it comes to hospital settings, when it comes to healthcare, Black folk are going to be largely impacted by this because
Correct.
we see that maternal mortality when it comes to Black people, infant mortality when it comes to Black people are higher when non-Black physicians, non-Black healthcare workers are dealing with us or helping us out. We see that. That's racism.
Yes.
You cannot excuse that. You can't. And so,
See, and I want our listeners to understand. You're right. It's not about being segregated, right? It's about right about now. We are in a time. It's 4 days in. We see what this president is doing, right? We are at a time now when we really need to sit back and just make sure that we are good because a lot of the stuff that he's doing is affecting us. Like, why would you all of a sudden dismantle civil rights? What is you're dismantling civil rights. You're dismantling DEI. You're right. More white women benefit, but still, when you think about DEI, who's the face of DUI? DEI, us, right? Right? Look at when the race was going on, right? DEI, you thought, they automatically pointed to the vice president. So right about now, man, we have to really just, as a people, you and I, we talk about this, just make sure that we're safe, make sure that we're good, and keep our ears to the street. It's because there's a lot of stuff that's going on that a lot of people aren't paying attention to. And there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, just like I just saw that Trump is trying to release more files on JFK, the RFK, and the Martin Luther King assassination. To me, that's just smoke and mirrors because we don't care, right? And what I mean by we don't care is kind of like, what is that? We it's not the fact we don't care. It's not important right about now. We have we have more important things to worry about besides assassinations that happened years ago, right? Because to me, that's just smoke and mirrors. That's like if they just came out and said, hey, aliens live next door to you. Smoke and mirrors. Okay, yeah, okay, cool. What about this? What about what you ran on? What about, you said Joe Biden did a bad job. What are you going to do? You going to spend your first 100 days just rewriting and erasing everything he did? That's not productive, I don't think. I think, this country needs more. This country needs to feel like, okay, we have a commander-in-chief that is willing to do the right thing. I don't even feel that way. I feel like cut corners is his middle name. And it's an eerie feeling because, like I said again, I stress to you, I stress to anyone, it's only 4 days, and to feel like it's been 4 years. Only been 4 days.
That's very true. And
only 4 days.
I want to circle back to something you said too about people falling in line with this presidency. So you were mentioning Nelly. I have a question for you regarding Nelly. So I saw this report and people were spreading it online. They were saying Nelly will not face charges after St. Louis casino arrest for drug possession. That happened back in November of last year. When you're talking about people having favors done and all that stuff, things like that come to mind.
Of course.
Because I'm saying, what did Snoop Dogg have? What did they have on Snoop Dogg? What did they have on Rick Ross? What did they have on Soulja Boy? Do they have something on these people? And that's why they're with the shenanigans.
Mayor Adams, he came out and said it. Mayor Adams in New York, he basically said, yeah, he hope he gets pardoned.
Yeah. That's why.
Because he's under an indictment. And remember, once Trump won, what did Mayor Adams do? He took away all the food stamps for all the migrants that were coming into New York. No one even told him to give them food stamps, but now you took it away quick. It's kind of like you made the news. You could have just done it without saying anything. That was like a news blur. Mayor Adams is now cutting back and ending the food stamps for migrants coming to New York. It's like, okay, here we go. And then from there went on to all these companies like a Walmart, like a Facebook, like a Amazon getting rid of DEI. You do not have to promote it unless you're trying to send a signal to who.
They are. They're
And
trying to.
understand, don't make a deal because deals only. You listen. I don't know. I think I don't know.
That's
It's just a waste. This is a
Hey,
waste.
listen, I'm down with Costco standing on business though, because
Down
Costco
with
said,
Costco standing on business. I'm down with Target standing on business.
"Yep." They said, "Nah." Target. Listen, I ain't never had no problem with Target. Every Black History Month, I make sure to support the Black creators because they always showcase the work of Black creators, whether it
Yeah,
be clothing or books or mugs, accessories. So I always make sure to buy something every year. But yeah, Costco.
yeah. It's
Costco
not that
said,
hard. It's not that hard to stand on your beliefs, stand on business. You know,
yeah, shows that a lot of people could be bought and paid for. But Costco said,
bought and paid for, and guess what? Always felt this way. Because understand, if the roles switch and it was a Democrat, you would hear some, yeah, we're enforcing DI, and now we're going to give raises and da 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 da. Once we got the Republican, it was like, yeah, the hell with DI, and what else we getting rid of? And yeah, we getting rid. It's kind of like, guys, you were never really about that. You
right.
weren't.
It's just like with the George Floyd protests in 2020. A year later, everyone was pulling back and saying, nah, we're actually good. We don't want to do any of these inclusion stuff anymore. You didn't see any more messages. People were just jumping on the wave. And you saw that they weren't really about that life. But let me read a statement that Costco said. They said, our commitment to an enterprise rooted in respect and inclusion is appropriate and necessary. I'm down with
Yeah,
that. I'm
yeah.
down with
Think
that.
about it. Think about it. How hard is it to be fair?
For some people, it's like life or death.
How hard is it to be fair? And that's all we as the marginal people were asking. Just be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, just be fair. I shouldn't have to always wonder if I sell my house, is my house being valued right because of the color of my skin.
Yeah, and the thing is, everything comes down to race, man. This country
And
was
they act like it
founded
doesn't.
on racism. Yeah, I remember saw Elon Musk was talking to Don Lemon. I think Don Lemon had shared a video of him speaking to Elon Musk in the past, and Elon was saying everything's too much on race. I'm like, boy, shut up.
Let's talk about trans rights and the woke mind virus, because you've talked about that a lot. You're right about that a lot on the thing. You have been deeply outspoken about the issue of trans rights. You posted trans rights. You posted that pronouns in bio mean the woke mind virus ate your brain. Do you know what the term woke actually means?
It's come to mean a lot of things.
But what originally it was meant to mean? It's just being aware of inequities in society and being aware of facts and history.
I think being aware of inequities in society is fine, of course. But trying to blame everything trying to make everything a race issue is, I think, divisive and corrosive to society.
Even as it relates to trans issues, which is what I'm...
Yeah, race or, gender or whatever.
You think that society blames everything on racism now?
It blames a lot of things on it, and, yeah.
You think that's unfair?
Yeah.
Why?
I think we should not make this a constant subject. I think we need to move on.
First off, you from South Africa. From my understanding, he has some relatives that were instrumental in the apartheid in the wrong way.
Of course,
So,
not surprised.
and my thing is, you're not even a U.S. citizen, man, and you coming over here trying to run stuff over here.
Money talks, man, and that's the scary part. I mean, I don't know if you saw the news, but the Friday before the inauguration, did you hear that Trump jumped in the not the Dogecoin, the cryptocurrency?
No, I didn't hear that.
Cryptocurrency. The man jumped in the cryptocurrency that made $14 billion.
Wow.
Hey, man.
I'm like,
The
is this
love of
real money?
The love of money.
Is this real money? Now, the funny thing, the reason how the story came out is because Melania joined, I think, the next day and took half of his money. So he had 15 million. Melania joined, and then his 15 million dwindled down to billion, dwindled down to 7 billion, and she went as high as 13 billion. I'm like, you know what? This is ridiculous. People work hard every day. Some of them can't even make ends meet. And we got people literally getting on social media and say, "Hey, I got this coin. You want to join?" What are you going to do with this coin? What does this coin do? But this coin is equal money somewhere. It equals some money. You know, it's laughable and depressing sometimes. You're like, wait a minute. So you telling me, oh, I got to be successful, and it can't be this easy, but it seemed like it's that easy because how do you make that money that quick? And the funny part is he made it before he became president. So he did it on Friday, and I think I'm not sure if he had to end it, but I don't think he could do anything outside of being the president come the 20th. So
here's my thing too. What's laughable is how people are trying to play off this Nazi salute that Elon Musk did during Inauguration Day.
Let me explain something to you. I'm gonna say this on the show. I am 100% satisfied that I did not buy a Tesla. I am so excited that I did not buy a Tesla. And it's to the point that I have an electric car. It's not a Tesla. Mm-hmm. And it's to the point I'm thinking about boycotting the damn superchargers. Now, I'm no idiot, right? If a supercharger is 10 miles away and my EV Go is 30 and my car said I got 19, then I'm going to the supercharger. But for the most part, I'm done with Elon. And I wish people would really do their homework and understand. And I had to do my homework too, right? Because I wasn't a fanboy, never did like Elon, but I did like the car. But what started to annoy me about other people was when they say, "Oh my God, he's a genius, he's smart." No, he's a man with money. Everything Elon has besides PayPal, he paid for. He paid for Tesla. He paid for SpaceX. He paid for Starlinks. He paid for it.
Seems like he's going to pay for TikTok next.
I'm sorry. And he paid for Twitter, which is now X.
You heard me?
No, I heard you. So how's that a genius? He's not a coder, right? So no, he's a savvy businessman who has money. But understand, it's like with money, if people believe in the hype, they'll buy anything.
Yes,
but
that's true.
I do not believe this man. Look, okay. Let's break it down, right? I understand some people have anxiety, right, when they talk, right? So sometimes they can't formulate perfect sentences. But if I was the owner of a company, I would definitely try to get a coach, because when he speaks at these events,
he speaks
like a man rumbling.
Yeah, he speaks very off.
Yeah. So I just want to say I'm excited I didn't get a Tesla, and I'm happy with the car I purchased, but I'm just over him just playing in everyone's face and acting like that was not a Nazi salute. And then I'm over the ADL for actually saying it
was an awkward gesture. That's what I was looking up right here. I was looking up their statement. They said it was an awkward
over that
gesture.
Because let's remember, Kyrie Irving got suspended for
sharing
multiple
a link.
Games.
For sharing a link.
Sharing a link. He lost his Nike deal. That old raggedy man from Nike had the nerves to get rid of Kyrie for sharing a link. Elon didn't do it once. He did it twice, and he hit his heart and saluted. Mm-hmm. And I am like, you playing in everyone's face right about now. You are really treating us like we're idiots, and I'm over it. And I need the people who had a problem with Kyrie to bring and keep the same energy. Because if you don't, and you allow Elon to continue to lie in your face, he's an arrogant man. People like that, you need to call them out, or they will continue to flourish as feeling like they are above you.
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry for our fans and our listeners. Today's day 4. That's the vibe I'm on.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's very annoying.
You probably hear me huffing and puffing and sighing a little bit more because I'm just annoyed that, we are here, and this feels worse than before. And I don't understand how, you know, people are not calling this for what it is. It's going to be a long time. It's going to be a long, I'm not even going to say 4 years, because I wouldn't be surprised if somehow they rig stuff and this is forever. That we have them in office.
And that's what I said, people, at the beginning of the show. I said, look, more than likely, people you come across every day, they voted for him. I don't want to hear no buyer's remorse on people either.
Nope.
I don't want to hear no buyer's remorse.
Ain't no sob story about your family being deported. That's on you. Ain't no sob story about you getting your abortion rights or your reproductive rights taken away. That's on you. I'm talking for the people that voted for him, not those that'll be affected, that really tried to do the right thing and tried to avoid all this chaos.
And now for a quick commercial break.
Hey guys, as you can hear, we are unapologetic in our opinions. We may be politically incorrect or possibly wrong, but don't knock us for being ourselves and saying what many are too afraid to admit out loud. Anyways, if you have any thoughts or questions about our show, email us at chemistryproductions@gmail.com. That's K3MISTRY productions@gmail.com. We'll be sure to address whatever you have to say.
And I don't want to hear I don't want to hear people say, "Oh, I thought he was just talking." So far, the man hasn't been talking.
Y'all should know the man not talking.
Speaking of which, the first time he came in, he was one of those that just talked, but he really didn't execute as much, but he did a lot of talking. No, he is focused now, and that's a problem.
Speaking of talking, let's get into updates right quick. So basically, we've still been posting on social media. I was mentioning TikTok earlier. TikTok's back, and it seems like there's going to be a lot more censorship on there. I'm noticing with people's videos that you can't mention anything about the election or inauguration, can't mention certain things, or else you get censored or else you get flagged. So it's going to be very interesting navigating these spaces. And I'm going to definitely focus on the other platforms. Obviously, we're on most of these social media platforms, but YouTube might be our bread and butter because our videos might get flagged when we're going in on certain topics. I think we might be okay on Facebook, but Facebook, I mean, Mark Zuckerberg's bought and paid for. So I just wanted to mention that. But we're still gonna be going hard. But if you see on certain platforms, we're not posting a lot of, I guess, more radical or more outspoken content. It's because of the censorship. And we feel that having a voice is better than having no voice. And I know people are saying going to fan base. Fan base, what I've seen, the interface is a little bit more difficult to navigate. And unfortunately, I know it's Black owned. However, it's not. I'm not a fan of how it
fan base.
Of fan base. No pun intended. I'm not really a fan. It's harder to navigate. So I remember I saw this video by this one woman. Just because something's Black owned doesn't mean it's good. I'm not just going to support something because it's Black owned. Be Black owned and be like good. Be really good at what you're doing. With that being said, we're almost done with this show. Let's do the topic of the day. So I know this kind of intersects with sports, but we're going to speak about the entertainment part of it. Apologies if you hear those sirens in the background. I don't know, sirens always going on around here. I'm not in the hood, y'all. I ain't in the hood. I'm out of the hood. Okay. But the NFL Super Bowl halftime performance, it was announced today that SZA will be joining Kendrick. I wish they would have saved her as a surprise, but how do you feel about that?
Oh, well, I'm not surprised. I'm going to the concert in May, so it makes sense. I mean, TDE is definitely eating.
Big time.
And PG Lang is definitely eating. And I like how I'm pretty sure this is probably in the contract behind the scenes, but I like how it's being done because they make good music together, right? It could have been anybody else from TDE. It could have been J Rock and Kendrick. Could have been Absol and Kendrick. Could have been Schoolboy Q and Kendrick.
Right.
It could have been Sir and Kendrick. But, you know, when it's all said and done, they picked the right one. And
they have good chemistry.
Yeah, good music together.
30 for 30.
Also, they got to keep us hyped. Don't forget, Kendrick don't really pop out enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
So last time we saw Kendrick was when he did the first commercial, right? Then he came out with an album with one video. Mm-hmm. And he didn't even tell us the album was coming. He came out with a minute snippet of a song that's not even on the album. So, I mean, he moves like the boogeyman. So I'm pretty sure the NFL probably had to remind me, hey, come on, man. You know, because Kendrick moves different. Like
He
we ain't gonna
does.
see Kendrick. Only time you're gonna see Kendrick in this year is if you see him at a concert.
And I think that's a good
Walking
thing.
to Kendrick like how you see J. Cole. Kendrick. And I think also Kendrick moves in different spaces now too, right? He has to because a lot of crash out idiots
Yeah, he got
on
a
the
lot of
other side.
enemies. He got a
On the
lot
other
of
side,
enemies.
he even
Yeah.
got crash out people within, I think his city. So, he has to move different. And
Yeah, because Aubrey, for some reason, Aubrey got a spell on all these people, man. That's just the power of influence and just having all these connections.
Yeah. I also feel like with Aubrey, I was talking to my wife a few days ago. I said, you know what? He was always better off taking this L and then just coming out with a fire song.
Yes.
Oh, he can't come back
Meek
now.
Mill, no, that's what Meek Mill did. I mean,
Yeah.
Meek Mill's. I mean, he hasn't been the same. Shit, Jay-Z haven't been the same since Ether, but still, Jay-Z been popping, right? No, he can't come back. I mean, you messing with a big giant that owns a lot of record companies that can really, if they're paying you $400 million, how much money you think they have? I always try to tell people, if someone could write you a check for X amount, how much money they have because they're writing you that check. Keep that in mind.
Correct.
So only how he can make it is if he's really,
he's not coming. I'm tired of people saying that Aubrey could come back. He cannot come back. Everyone's like, oh, well, this is what he could do. It's like, y'all want him to come back? I don't. I enjoy
it's not the
music.
fact I want him to come back or
scene.
don't. It's just the fact, it's kind of one of those things you ask yourself, like, dang, he digs such a deep hole. I can't see him coming back because
problem in that lawsuit.
No one wants to listen to him. He can't be trusted.
Yeah, you named the reactors in that lawsuit.
He tells everybody.
Yes, the reactor community is pissed.
Yeah,
you named them in that lawsuit. You named your potential fans in that lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that you're going against the corporation or other artists. Now you're going against the people that actually support you.
Yeah. How dumb is that? So I'm glad that Kendrick did this. I'm actually about to watch a reactor react to that 30 seconds. See what he's talking about.
Send me the video, man. Send me the video. Definitely.
I see the video, because he be dissecting stuff. It's a 10-minute video for 30 seconds. So
it's not Screwface, is it?
It is.
That's Screwface.
Yeah. Screwface.
Did you saw his diss track towards Aubrey?
He did a diss track too. I know Knox did a diss track too.
He did a diss track. He did it over a what's the beat? Drill beat. He did over a drill beat.
Hilarious. Yeah. Everybody coming at Drake. See, I think at the end of the day, Drake the impact of this battle has done worse than any other rapper I've ever seen. Like, I used to think Ja Rule was, you got Ja Rule, now you got Drake. Like, Drake is just done. He's done. He can't be trusted.
Mm-hmm.
He can't be trusted because, and this is what I mean by he can't be trusted. If there is any truth to the fact that LeBron was doing some foul stuff, shame on LeBron, but that's not how you out people. You should have outed him when he first did it. How about that? Don't act like you cared now.
Listen, Aubrey always been a type to kiss and tell. So is that really surprising?
Nope.
No, not at all.
Come on now. Yeah, I liked music before he entered the scene. I feel like music got watered down, hip hop, I should say. So I'm glad that he's phasing out. I like this new phase that's coming in. I like the fact that Joey Badass and the West Coast, they got their back and forth because it's producing some nice tracks. Yeah. So I like that. This is what hip hop is. And like I said before, I feel like hip hop is done, the hip hop that we knew. Mm-hmm. And I think Aubrey's partially to blame. However, I like the hip hop that we have now. Let's keep that. Let's get back to its origins, its roots. Let's do that.
Yeah. Let's please do that because it's good music, man, for the most part. It's good to your soul, especially if you find a good artist that can just rap to you. Because I tell you, I continue and always, I play Reincarnated at least 4 times.
Reincarnated is nice. Beautiful track.
I tell you, in the back and forth with God, oh my.
Genius.
That right there. Genius. And it's not even that, right? That's amazing. But do you hear the instruments? When I go to this concert, Jay Stokes, I'm going to fan out when that song comes on because I know it's going to be some live instruments.
Mm-hmm.
And what they did in the studio, imagine that. the guitar, the violin, the strings. I mean, it was just like a symphony on that song. And at one point, you forgot that it was not a medley, but it was paying homage to a Tupac original beat, but it sounded better than a Tupac original beat. So
I mean, it built on it.
Yeah, it built on it, meaning it built on it because the Tupac beat would I just continue to, but when he played like the bass and the guitar and the strings and how they love, you know what? How Kendrick and his engineers plug music in and sound at certain times is amazing, hands down. I know we're running out of time.
Yeah. Listen, Randall, we'll build on this on Sunday, okay? We'll build on this
Sounds
on
good to
Sunday.
me.
All right, bro. Till next
Peace.
time. Peace.
So go a little something like this. That's AVIOT.